Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. And in today's video I'm going to look at the test lead options I have for this HT8051 process calibrator here. At the moment I've got the manufacturer's test leads that arrive with the instrument. They're plugged in at the top here and they are moulded on probes with the GS38 shroud and the crocodile clips that would actually plug onto the tip here once the shroud is removed. Here I've got a little setup with a transducer injecting current, the milliamp current 4 to 20 milliamps, and I'm just converting this to a voltage here with this dropper resistor, and I'm setting a sweep up so you can see the instrument changing there. If I wanted to actually check the current coming out of the transducer with the process calibrator, I would need to interrupt this circuit, and I would do that by dropping the wires out on one of these terminals. There's a little wire. I would crop clip onto that there, and then I would just put my probe in there and remake the circuit in that manner, and then I should get a reader on both of them. But obviously, as you can see here, probably not because my hand was in the way, these shrouds don't allow me to get into the type of terminals that I'm used to. So if I just remove this, and then with the shroud removed I can actually then interrupt into the circuit, and you can see now I've got readings coming back on. You see the current's being displayed here and the voltage is back being displayed on the meter hit over there. So I have to use these leads without the shrouds, which for this kind of circuit isn't a problem, but the health and safety people around might find me without a set of leads without the shrouds on, the GS38 shrouds, and they say, well, you could then go onto a main circuit and use it, so it's bad practice to remove them in the industry that I'm in. And the other option that I have with this as well, there's quite a large gap in the teeth on this crocodile clip, and I can actually, as long as I get it right, it's okay, but you can actually find it's very easy. If you get it in the wrong area, it'll just fall off. So these leads aren't the best option for me. I think there's better out there for me that I'm going to have a little look at now. Now the first set of leads that I thought about was a set from Kaiweets, which is the KT01 set, just down there. This comes with a few little bits and pieces. You do have these small crocodile clips that will obviously clip onto these smaller ferrules very, very easily, no problems there, and no matter where I clip it, it will grip and it doesn't fall off. So that's an improvement from the existing crocodile clips. These probes here that come with the KT01 set, you see them there, they will have the GS38 shrouds and they will go in no problems whatsoever. However, these leads that come with it are right angled plug, as you find on a lot of leads nowadays. So when I went to plug them in to the top here and push them in there, you can see that in actual fact they don't sit very well in the actual top of the meter because the jacks are recessed down inside the instrument a little bit, so you can kind of push them towards the sides a little bit and get them a bit lower, but then they can become quite difficult to actually remove. So this is not the ideal option. They do seem to make connection though, I will say that, so you can probably get away with it for a while. Let's plug on little leads and try not to put everything over. Obviously you can see the leads now over the front of the instrument and annoying me. So there's my crop clip on, and then if I go for the other one, the probe, and that goes in easy enough, and you can see I get readings back. That's probably the wrong polarity. The instrument doesn't read negative milliamps, so I'll just go again. You can see it come back now. So it is making connection through, although they don't look very good visually. They are actually making a circuit, and it is working in that sense. So I had a little Google around and looked at other options available to me, and actual straightjack leads such as these are not so easy to find. Obviously I could just cut the probes off and put some jacks on here, but I'm not 100% sure I'm going to keep this meter, and if I do decide to move it on, then I'd rather move it on with the leads in their original format rather than me having modified them. But I then got this kit. Now this is come off of Amazon. This is a kit from Proster, which isn't really showing up very well. That's the kit there, and these are straight lead set, as you can see here. So I have straight jacks at both ends, so this will be much easier for me. Can't remember which way around they were supposed to go, so I'll have a guess. Should be the other way actually, shouldn't it, because that's common. So they now plug in all the way in on the process calibrator, and then with this I also got these little crocodile clips as well, so they are usable. I can put them on there, or clip on there, and then on that lead. We do have some probes, there we go. So again, straight slimline probe, still with the GS38 protection on it, and I can put that into my, turn my light back on, my terminal there, and you can see I've got the polarity around the wrong way again. It's really bad of me, that is, isn't it? And there you see, you get the reading back again. So these leads are perfectly usable, pretty good for this kind of application. They aren't quite as long as the original leads, I don't believe. We'll just check. I also have no idea why they have a green and black supplied with it. But it doesn't really make that much difference. So there's two probes there, and if we go out, you can see my new lead is quite a bit shorter, good half a metre shorter probably than the original leads, which might give me a bit of an issue, but time will tell on that one. Hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. So we'll plug him back in there, as well as these little crocodile clips which are adequate for the job. I do have a larger crocodile clip, which is this one here, which you can also plug on. And again, this will actually grip pretty much anywhere, I hope. So right in the centre it doesn't grip as well, but it's a little bit better than the other crocodile clip that I have there. And the other advantage that I have, I've seen before in the past, I've got these little adapters that I use to put into transducers themselves, but they also fit into the terminals here. So if I wanted to record something for longer, I can now plug that on in there, and I've got a standard 4mm that goes on, and my reading comes back and I'm away again. So that's pretty efficient setup there, as well as we've got the croc clip, which I can use but is not the best. We also have our little gripper probes here, which are not too bad. Ooh, didn't realise there was an auto power off on that. And they're a little bit flimsy, I guess, but they're quite small wire. This would be the standards, you know, 0.5, 0.75mm wire that I would have on these kind of circuits. So that's a pretty good setup there. So that's usable as well. So, and then finally they have these larger grippers, which are quite a bit stronger, but again can be used, and it picks up the circuit no problems. So 2 or 3 options with this Proster Lead Set that seem to work out quite well. And of course, besides that as well, if I take one of these leads out, I do have a couple of sets of leads lying around. Again, these are fairly short leads. So this one here isn't a full right angle. If I get the back from the KT01 set, you can see this is a slightly different angle to a full right angle jack, and this does go in quite a bit better at the back there, and certainly at the front there. It's fully seated at the front there, and you can see it's not hit the ledge there to stop it from going in. So I have that, and I have a crop clip. Obviously the only problem with this one is that this isn't fully shielded, which I would probably prefer, but that goes on as well, and you can use that kind of lead with it. So that's another possibility. And then I also have these little small crop clip ones. These come with an uninsulated jack, or without the safety shield on there, I should say, which is fine for me. This is only 4 to 20 milliamp. It doesn't bother me in that respect. And you have the little, much smaller crop clip there. Again, not fully shielded, but is also usable. You see, I'll get my readings back. So there you go. There's a few options there that I have for using or replacing the manufacturer's leads that come with this HT8051, that for my specific purposes and the jobs that I do provide me with a better solution for the measurements that I need to make. Obviously other people will be different and may have different needs, but there are options out there. The only thing, as I said, to be careful of is that this isn't overly receptive to full right angled plugs on leads. You really are better off with the straight jacks for this particular instrument. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.